Good afternoon, everybody. Excuse me. Combination of allergies and I don't know what has started bugging my nose and my eyes in the last 24 hours. Um, like right here in the corner of my eye, I feel like I got like a cut or something wrong with it. That and the fact that they've been like itchy and irritated and watery. Same with my sinuses. And I've been taking all my medication, so I know it's not. Well, it could be a cold. I don't know, but it's that time of year where my allergies start acting up anyhow because it's springish type weather and pollen and all the different things are kicking up into the air, waking up from their winter dormancy. I came on here today to address Monday. Now I know because of my frustrations and my anger and just all the things going on. Monday's video was basically a combination of me trying to get my truth, my information out. Some of it was, I don't want to say half truth, but more like misunderstood on my part of what exactly is going on with Jerry. And I had to go back last night and revamp or reread some of the information. Yes, Jerry still has cancer. It's not as bad as it was a year and a half ago, but she still has tumors. I guess we're still calling them tumors on her spine. They're not as big and noticeable on film or scan. She still has her kidney issue, her spot on her kidney. I don't know how big it is. A lot of the stuff that they were basically written down or transferred to the printed files. I'm trying to think. Sorry, not 100% awake. At least my mind's not. So she still has the cancer on her spines and on her spines and kidney, but they're not so bad that they're like causing more issues. The wounds on her back are healing. It's taken, well, ever since the wound care specialist gave us a special medication. I forgot what it's called. It's pink. And it's basically supposed to help protect and heal the backs on her spots on her back. But within the last month, they have the depth has shrunk. Last Thursday they had to use a specialized acid to help cauterize the wound so it would heal faster. But after Monday evening, after I came home from work, by the time I got home, Jerry had gotten a couple messages from mutual parties. Some of them were very concerned and positive, trying to give us like positive feedback and whatnot. Of course, there was that one person that I'm not going to mention who was like, "Oh, he's trying to align himself with Diane and throw you under the bus." That's what that person said to Jerry, and I'm like, first off, no, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I was expressing how I felt and my truth or my knowledge and whatnot at the time. But as I keep on saying, every day is a new day. What I did Monday, yeah, I understand it's causing problems because people don't understand. Monday I was mad. Monday, because of the week before, I just didn't feel like I could decompress. Because every time I came in here to do a decompression, I was interrupted by Jerry's needs. During the daytime, I'm like, Jerry, you have your home health aide person. Don't call me out for your needs. That's what she's here for. Um, it's taken a while, and every so often she forgets. Um, it's one of the reasons why I would love to be able to take a mini vacation, just me, out and about and away from the house and sleeping in the back of a van, or if we could afford it, a hotel, but we can't afford a hotel. But I need me time. I need to get out of the house by myself for more than just the 6 hours I'm at work. But yeah, I said a lot of things out of anger. I said a lot of things, and it's kind of funny how sometimes when I get angry, the whole truth, unfiltered information comes out. But I'm not going to redact it. I'm not going to remove it. Any more comments on that particular subject that I don't want, that, let's just put it this way. I read everybody's comments. I read everybody's 2 cents. Okay. I think we just got a delivery. But I'm gonna stand up on my own 2 feet. I'm gonna keep, standing my ground. One of my biggest problems, and I think in some cases, Jared takes it to, I don't know how to say it now, but because as a child growing up, the one word that I hate, and I hear a lot of it nowadays, is no. And it's usually somebody saying it to me. I'm not pointing fingers. But I've gotten to the point where it's like, I have to learn to look at her and say, no, I don't feel like it. I'm too tired. And I've done that before. I said, look, I am too tired to do this. But she'll not always say something, but just her reaction and the vibe that she puts off is just like, okay, I might as well do it because, she feels hurt and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, when I say no, I have to stick to it. I have to be like, look, I can't. Especially when I come home from work, I'm too tired. I'm too sore. I just want to go to bed. But now I can understand the people who went to Jerry under concern, because it did mention on Monday about taking a buttload of pills. It's not that I'm suicidal. It's just I want to take pills to not put me in a coma or anything like that, but just make me sleep for 24 hours. Make it so hard for anybody to wake me up for a 24-hour period of just whatever. Besides, I don't know how many times I've tried to commit suicide in the past with a buttload of pills just to wake up the next morning after 12 plus hours worth of sleep and feel crappy. And either having weird lucid dreams or one thing or another. But my attitude towards suicide is basically, I've tried, heaven don't want me, and hell is afraid of me. So it's just, I don't worry about it. I'm not suicidal. I just need a very long, no work break. And that's one of the reasons why I decided, especially after talking to, there's several people who made comments about the aspect of being on a cruise ship with all, it's basically, like my therapist said, it's basically a floating city. You want to take a couple nice dress shirts in case you want to go to the captain's dinner or whatever. You've got 24-hour food service. You've got 24-hour activities. You can basically pick and choose what you want to do and not worry about anything else. And I had basically, after that talk with my psychiatrist, plus reading a bunch of comments, I said, you know what, Jerry, I'm actually now looking forward to the trip, not because of the destination, but because of the factor we are going to be served hand and foot on this trip, and I won't have to do much of anything, if anything at all. Because I told Jerry, if I go on this trip, I don't want to serve nobody. I don't want to have to help nobody. I want to be able to just lounge about and do whatever I damn well please without concern, without worrying about, oh, I'm having fun. When is Jerry going to come over and disturb me? That's kind of the way I was feeling Monday. Because every day the previous week that I tried to come in here and do something for myself, it was like I'd be out of sight or out of room for an hour or more, and she would start, hey, you've been in there all day, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because either A, I'm not done, or B, I'm actually in a relaxed state of mind and don't want to worry about anything else, But it's kind of interesting how many people came out of the woodwork to apply their comment, whether it was positive or not. And there was a couple people, and I love you guys. I love every single one of you. I really don't care your attitudes anymore. Your attitudes are your attitudes. You have a right to your own opinions. You have a right to your own feelings. You have a right to voice whatever you want to voice. And I accept that. And you all know which ones I did not like, because I did not thumb or heart or anything. Unless it was really bad, I might have given it a thumbs down. Most of it was pretty good, so I gave it a thumbs up. But how do I say this nicely? One thing about Monday's video that caused a lot of arguing on my channel, I appreciate those of you who want to jump to my defense. I really, really do. Or even Jerry's defense. It shows me the positive good nature of humanity. But the arguing because of your opinion, which is yours and yours alone, and you can have those, and I listened. I really listened, right? There was just one or two people who decided to go off channel to message my wife. Now, most of you guys, hey, your message, what she told me about message wise, fine and dandy. I mean, I heard and felt your concerns towards both of us. But there was one particular person, and I'm not mentioning names, who became a royal turncoat and was being royally negative towards me, and then going off to Jerry and like, oh, he's aligning himself with Diane, he's trying to throw you under the bus, blah, 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 blah. No. I was not aligning with anybody. No, I don't really align myself with people very much, because I have been burnt, I've been hurt, I've been lied to, backstabbed, everything a person can do to another person in a bad way, I've had happen. Now, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate you. It's just, I tend to get leery around people, and they're one moment they're being good and positive to me, but as soon as I voice my opinion and my feelings and whatnot, whether it's harmful towards Jerry or not, they get all uppity and like, oh, yeah, he's throwing you under the bus, he's hurting you. No. If anything, I'm either throwing myself underneath the bus or I'm being dragged underneath the bus. I don't throw anybody underneath the bus. Now, if my words from Monday made you feel like I was trying to throw Jerry underneath the bus, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. What I was trying to do was voice how I felt. Now, yeah, a lot of it was centered on Jerry and her lack of. But the thing is, There's a lot of stuff that happens even when I'm not here that I don't always notice. I mean, last week, 3 days straight, I couldn't get to dishes because it was take Jerry to her appointment, run home, feed everybody, and run to work. I got upset about that. I know everybody's limitations, but still, my point to Jerry was there's three of you. I know all three of you are hurting in one way, shape, or form. But why you couldn't tag team the dishes? And she kind of got a little upset and said, "Well, what's the fuss?" I said, "It's springtime. Roaches are going to be coming out, and leaving dirty dishes on the sink and the counter around the sink is going to be an attractant. It's going to cause the roaches to go, ooh, free food." And I know how much she hates roaches. You know, and for every idea I had, she came up with a counter idea, which was just kind of like, this is why I don't talk anymore. It's frustrating for me to get out my opinions or my feelings or my ideas when I know they'll work. But I feel like when she turns it around and starts putting up her, like, well, you can do this and you can do that and you can, yeah, I could. But most of the time, when I can do those things, I'm coming home from work and I'm already dead tired and sick of working. I just want to come home and go to sleep. But, these are my opinions. These are my feelings. It's not that I don't care about anybody's opinions or feelings. What I get upset about is when, especially Jerry, goes to turn around and make it like I could be doing more. And I'm like, I might as well just go out and get a full-time job and not worry about what's going on in the house. Just get up, go do my job, come home, go to sleep. Don't even worry about anything else. Don't worry about the dishes. Don't worry about if the walls are falling down or the dog never got walked and there's shit and pee all over. Why should I worry about that anymore? Because I'm a good-hearted person? Yeah. But when even a good-hearted person gets pushed to their limits, something's gonna malfunction. Something's gonna blow up. Something's gonna happen where either that person becomes totally opposite of what he or she is normally like, but it's the feeling of being worked to your core, worked to the point where your marrow is deteriorating and your whole outlook is deteriorating and your body is deteriorating. I knock on wood that I'm 51 years old because my father didn't make it past 46. Most of his generation passed away before their 50s, except for one that I know about. And I'm talking about his direct bloodline, not in-laws or second cousins or anything. No, I'm talking about his bloodline, which I am a direct member of. I thank my lucky stars that I'm still alive at 51. Not because of, attempted suicide or bad health or anything like that, but because, I'm trying to listen to my doctors. I'm trying to keep my health under control. There are just certain things that I can't keep under control because they are genetic, like the extreme cholesterol level, high blood pressure. Thankfully, not diabetes. Thankfully, not anything like that. Just cholesterol and high blood pressure. But still, either one of those, because of genetics, could cause any number of health issues. And it doesn't help that psychologically I am not put together right in the first place. Oh shoot, I forgot to feed Jerry. Well, home health aid is taking care of that. But I'm I'm an individual. I'm, you know, I'm trying to correct my problems. I'm trying to deal with my situations. I'm seeing. Maybe maybe once every other week is not enough. Seeing the therapist. Um, I just I have a lot to deal with, basically. You know, um, so I apologize to a lot of people for Monday, because maybe not being myself and keeping my cool did not help. But what's not helping is the infighting, the running off to Jerry, because this is more my problem than Jerry's problem. Jerry's having a hard enough time helping me be happy or whatnot, because I feel, and this is just me, that sometimes her happiness overweighs my needs or my happiness. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't be happy, but I'm just trying to say it. Sometimes it feels like what she's trying to do is help me be happy, but making sure that it does not compromise her happiness, which also bugs me, because I feel like her happiness is compromising my happiness, and it's like we need to find a way to get on the same page. Now, Jerry had a brilliant idea this morning, and this idea was for us to record conversations between the two of us to show everybody what goes on. Now, I know a lot of it is because I have a hard time dealing with. Well, my father said it best. I have a hard time dealing with authority because I do not like being told what to do by somebody who's not part of the family, or who's not my equal or an elder. And sometimes I feel like Jerry's trying to be my elder and not my equal. And I think part of that she can't shut off is she spent too many years of her younger life being either a teacher or a babysitter or a caretaker, things like that, where she had to help, take care, guide, raise, teach, whatever. And she just can't turn it off. Which is good in some ways, but is bad in other ways. Because it's good that she's trying to still teach me certain things that I don't fully understand, like her crafting. I'm not a crafter, at least not working with woodwork or anything like that. I can craft stories. I can write stories. In fact, Jerry complimented me on my creativity when it comes to writing stories, and they're usually short stories. And I have not done this in years. Well, a good 10, 15 years. Which is kind of like, you know what? Between my love of the Nordic people and their culture and history, and then my love for the Renaissance eras with knights and damsels in distress and things like that, if I had the time, if I was given the time to sit down and start writing again, I could probably create a lot of different good stories. My mind would have to be in the right place, which is one of the other reasons why I have not done any writing in a long time, is because my mind's not been in the right place. But, I mean, all in all, okay, I reread her medical reports. Yes, she has cancer. Yes, it's stage 4. Yes, it has not gone away all the way. She still has spots in her spine. That's why she has the limitation of lifting no more than 15 pounds and don't bend over to an extreme. In other words, if she's going to try to lift anything up, don't like bend herself in half. You know, she can bend to a 30, 40 degree angle. No. 60-degree angle. Sorry, I had to get my my architectural brain to work on angles. She can do minimal, not minimum, but she's not supposed to exert herself with weight bearing, which includes basically standing for longer periods of time because her leg is still, I guess they're still waiting for the leg to be 100% before they say do away with the walker, start walking on your own. Which every so often she'll walk on her own, but she'll use like counters and doors and chairs to bear some of her weight, so she's not totally weight bearing. It's one of the reasons why she still uses the walker, because she's not supposed to bear 100% of her weight on that leg. Now, this is not me doing a 360 from Monday. This is just me updating my information and letting you know what my information is now. They're saying, according to the report that I read, that according to the blood test, she still has cancer, but it's not showing up on x-rays. Because when they first did x-rays, they showed up bright. You know, they were the whiter spots of the area. Or darker. Was it darker or whiter? I don't know. Some of the x-rays that they showed, I was like, well, which is bone and which is deterioration, you know? But I have to continuously update my own information, because sometimes my brain, especially when I'm upset and not thinking straight, just, you know, not always have like all the right information. Now, this is not me trying to, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to do a 360 or anything like that. After yesterday's conversation, yesterday was a good day. I'll tell you that much. Yesterday was a great day, and I think that's exactly what the doctor ordered, to have a day out away from the house and away from the stressors that the house brings me. But yeah, I mean, it helped me clear my thoughts, basically. And as for our finances, because I know I talked about that, yeah, we're struggling. You know, we're struggling to keep up. But she's already looking into, because I said, you need to look into this. She's already looking into a debt consolidation plan, or a debt consolidator. Somebody who can basically help us, you know, bulk or put all our debt into one numerical value and pay that person, or the person that's going to help us out, X amount of dollars per month, so they can pay the debt collectors and deal with the debt collectors. But we're working on that. She just got her monthly assistance, SSI or whatever it's called. So she already paid off what she could. I get paid tomorrow, so once that money gets into the bank, we can use that to pay down or pay some of the credit cards and whatnot. We have to really sit down and think about how to go about it. And I think what we were doing last year, which was pretty good, was we were trying to pay off the smaller of the debts and put minimums on the others. So once we get the smaller ones paid off, we can just tack that extra money to other bills. But she doing I hope she's not doing her dishes. The healthcare person is only supposed to do what Jerry needs. But I don't know. I appreciate it though. I mean, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Um, I never understood where that expression came from. But eesh, time flies when you're having fun. But just know this: everything's settled down. We can stop commenting about Monday because um, I'm done with it. You know, it's out there. I'm not going to remove it. I'm not going to apologize for my. I apologize to Jerry for my part. That's getting, that it's running towards Jerry. But I'm not going to apologize for being as honest as I could. I will apologize for not having all the information I now have. And I'm not asking for I'm not asking for anything. The only thing I'm actually asking for is understanding and patience, because that's all I can ask for. I am not, and the thing is I'm not a patient person. I like to get from point A to point B and be done with it, and then return home or whatever. But I want my life to slow down. I want my life to be easier. I want my life to be less aggravating. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, if you want it less aggravating, you either need to do this, this, this. I'm not asking for anybody to tell me what to do. No. That's one of the things I get mad at Jerry about, is telling me what to do when all you need to tell me is you need me to do something and let me figure it out. Don't sit there and try to be a coach or a referee when I don't need it. It's like every time I go to do something, and this is really funny, and I said something to Jerry about it. It's like, it seems like no matter where I am, home or work, when I need help, people aren't around to help me. They all scatter. But the second I need help in one way or shape or form, the second I don't need, the second I need help, nobody's around. But when I don't need help, it's like, can I help you? Is there anything I can help you with? No. If you're not going to be there when I really need help, I don't want your help. Or, no, I don't need your help. I will ask for it when I need it. But you need to be there for me when I need it, not when you want to be there. And this is not towards just Jerry. This is towards my job. This is towards everything around me. Because I was raised a simple person. I was an only child. You think, oh yeah, you're an only child. You were in the military. You're spoiled. No, I'm not. Heck no. My father raised me the old school way, where if you want something done, do it yourself. Otherwise, you can't complain about the other person, or other persons can't complain about your work, because you did it yourself. So nobody can complain about how you did it, because, unless you're going to do it yourself, or help the way the person who's doing it needs help, there's nothing you can say about it. There's nothing you can comment about. Jerry's done that to me a couple times, and I was like, you know what? If you wanted it done a specific way, you should have been working on it yourself. But you asked me to come and, hey, put this thing together. Put that together. Hang this, hang that. You can't sit there and ask me to do something and then sit there on the sidelines and coach me and tell me what I'm doing wrong or how I should be doing it. I lived 30 years of my life either doing it myself or being coached on how to do it. Not like, oh, you're doing it wrong. It was like, no, Jimmy, this is the way it should be done. You know, you can do it your way, but this is the way I do it. That's how my dad was. Like, you want to do it yourself, that's fine and dandy, but let me show you how I would do it so you don't have a lot of problems. You know, that was before he passed away. When he passed away at 15, so 15 to 30, 15 years of doing it on my own, taking care of my own problems. The only thing mom did for me was pay the bills, buy groceries, buy clothing when I needed it. But for the most part, she wasn't doing it with her own money. She was doing it with Social Security money from my dad's disability. I had that up until was it 18 or 21? I can't remember what year that ended. But I had it for several years. Now, from the time he died at the age of when I was barely 15 and a half years of age, to the time it was cut off, which was like 18, 21. I think it was 21. Because by the time I was 21, I should have been, having my own job and making my own money. And for the most part, I did. I was. But the thing is, nobody knew how to help me after Dad died. I spent 90 days, not consecutively, but 30 days here, 30 days there, then another 30 days later on, in hospital, in a behavioral clinic or hospital, because I didn't know how to deal. And honestly, they didn't really do very good. I had to learn on my own anyhow. All they did was try to pump me with medication and ask me a bunch of, questions. And there are times where they asked me certain questions. I just kind of looked at them sarcastically and gave them a sarcastic answer. But I had a rough week. When Monday hit, it just became volatile. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt myself. I'm not aligning myself with Diane or anybody else. I will take everybody's comments and their 2 cents and decide how to deal with it on my own. My thing is, all right now, last time I heard, and that it was a brief, like, somebody said something to me, and I went and watched her brief little video about what's going on, and she's going through a process of trying to sue the Gossip Bakery because they're starting to, I don't know if I should say they're making fun of her or whatnot, because I didn't get I got the gist of it. But something was, I guess somebody on the GB posted pictures of her family or something like that. And now, hey, if you put it out there, people can use it. That's the downside of the internet. But I do agree with certain limitations. Like when you start bringing in the grandchildren, that's a no-no. I mean, you can talk, like I've said before, you can talk about me all you want. You talk about my family, that's a different story. That's why I got on Diane, because she was talking a lot of stuff about Jerry. That's why I got on the GV, because they were talking a lot about Jerry. And then they started making fun of me, and I just went, that's fine, you can make fun of me all you want. I'm used to it. I've got a hard steel shell against that shit. That's why I said, you want to talk about me? You want to ridicule me? That's fine and dandy. I've heard it all. Literally, I've heard it all throughout my life. And it's made me tougher. It's made me stronger. But Mom, Jerry, no, that's off limits. That's off limits. I can talk about Jerry. Jerry can talk about me. It's fine and dandy. But when people start talking about, family members, especially children, I mean, where do you get off saying bad things about her grandkids? I think her grandkids are sweet looking things. I mean, The one that's always with her that she's calling Peanut, she's a cute little kid. She's smart, you know, but she's still too young and innocent to be commenting or doing anything that threatens that child, because they don't know how to defend themselves. They don't need to listen to people ridicule them. I've never ridiculed anybody's children. Yeah, I've said a few things like, "Oh, you can use a little bit more discipline." That's towards Jerry's nieces, or not nieces, nephews. Even Lisa's kids, I was like, "You really gonna let them run wild like that? You know, where's the discipline?" That's all I've ever said. I've never tried to ridicule kids. I've made suggestions about what could be done to help them out, you know. But I was ridiculed all my life, and I don't want to see another child live through that kind of crap. So I feel towards Diane right now because she's going through a lot of BS because of the GB. But am I going to sit down and align with her? No. Sit down and maybe have a chit chat, you know, something like that? Maybe. I don't know. Right now, I think Diane's got more on her hands than she realizes what she's got to deal with. So I'm yay. I mean, more power to you, Diane. If you can get them in court and you can sue them and shut them down, that's great. They probably need that. They probably need a good swift kick in the butt. But you know, I let people be. I let people be. But I have to get off this because I've been in here for almost 2-3 hours, I think. 11:15. It's 1:21. Yeah, 2 hours. But let's just leave Monday alone. Let's just let that be. I don't want to take it off, but I don't want to continue to deal with it. If I have to take it off because people are just being obnoxious, so be it. Not because of Jerry said anything to me, but because of the way people are starting to act and treat it. Oh, little motor scooter, little moped, or somebody's hedger. But Diane and I are trying to get on the same page. Now, I'm not saying that Monday video helped get through to her or what. But what's the phrase? Not I'm awoke, but I've been awakened. I've been awakened to the situations and the issues and all the things going on here at the house. I wanted to just ignore it and let it be because I didn't want to deal with it. But I realize now that I have to deal with it. I can't just let it slide. Now, for those of you who are interested, yes, we are still planning on trying to get our van set up or ready for van camping. We're hoping, but I don't see it happening. We're hoping to be able to go certain places to meet people that we want to meet and do some van camping and just enjoy the outdoors and our members fellowship, or what we're going to call it. I am looking forward to it. But right now, because of certain circumstances, I don't see it happening until maybe June, late May, because of all the things that are currently going on for medical reasons and whatnot, and then the cruise. And after the cruise, I don't know. I wanted to talk to Jerry, and I'm still going to talk to Jerry about the aspect of getting a full-time job, even if it's going to be like go to Walmart and tell them I'm available from like 2 p.m. to 10, 8 hours. Or 2 to 10 would be best because of one thing or another. But if I do something like that, I might be like, I'm available to basically put me on the schedule for 2 to 10, 4 days out of the week, so I can have a 3-day weekend. Something along that lines. That's what I was kind of hoping they would do in the first place, because I told them that I didn't really want to work. I didn't want to work a lot of days because of what's going on here. And what's funny is the 2 days they gave me for days off was Friday and Saturday, and I'm like, I really don't need Friday off. I'd rather have Saturday, Sunday. That way, the 2 days that we don't have a home health person, I can be here at the house. Now, I'm not complaining about the home health person because she does a great job when she's here. But at the same time, when she's here, sometimes I get so distracted by the activity that I don't get to always come in here and do what I want besides this because I'm too distracted. But anyhow, I gotta let you guys go. It's over 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I've got to decide what we're doing for food and when we're doing it. So I will see you guys on the flip side. Hopefully this video gets up tonight. Until then, bye.